The 17 years old Raymond Mackey lived in the Copper City of Michigan, United States. He knew the area very well and was aware of the dangers of being in the woods. On November 27, 1936, he was deer hunting from Heber Hunting Camp near the Keweenaw Woods. Raymond was dressed for the winter weather and he had his dog with him. He and his friends agreed to meet up in the camp later in the day. Raymond was never returned to the camp, which caused a massive search to be started. The sheriff office took the lead for the search, and close to 6 days into the search, they found Raymond's rifle on the ground. Several hundred yards from the rifle, in a swamp, they found the interior liner of Raymond's mitten. As searchers returned to their camp, Raymond's dog had also wandered in. After 2 weeks of 159 men searching for Raymond, the deputy called off the search. The question that comes to mind is why Raymond gave up his rifle, since that is an essential thing to have for survival. Searchers never found any blood on the ground to indicate an animal attack had happened. Bears in this season hibernating, so they are not a suspect. Searchers also couldn't explain why dogs couldn't pick up a scent even though they found some of Raymond's clothing. Also, why Raymond's dog returned to the camp alone. Dogs usually don't leave their owner unless the owner wasn't capable of following the dog. The 17 years old Raymond was never found, which indicates Raymond probably was deceased by the time his dog arrived at the camp. The 2-year-old Kate visited his grandparents' farm outside of Ritter, Oregon, United States in April 10, 1952 with his parents. The farm is close to the Creek Wildlife Area. At some point around noon, he went outside playing and he went missing. A call was made to law enforcement agencies and there was a huge response by the night Kate was missing. 19 hours after the boy was missing, he was found unconscious dozen miles away from his grandparents' farm. Researchers show in cold temperatures, 95% of all missing children between 1 to 3 years old are found within 2 miles in rural locations. The distance that was covered by the boy in 19 hours is even a lot for a mature man. Kate had many scratches on his body and was delivered to the hospital. He was fully recovered later on. Kate couldn't remember what happened to him throughout the night he was missing. Kate's pants were shredded to pieces, and he climbed through fences, crossed icy creeks, and climbed up at least 2 mountains to get to where he was found. What happened to Kate in the night of April 10, 1952 remains a mystery. The Abbott's family lived at Oak Street in Lauderdale, Pennsylvania, United States. The home was at the base of Laurel Mountain, the tallest mountain in the area with 1,000 feet in elevation. The mountain used to have a small ski resort where the 3-year-old Billy and his friends went to play in February 18, 1949. Somehow Billy got separated from his friends, and when they came home, they told his mother he was missing. Billy's mother immediately called the authorities and a massive search was started. On the first night, the search group put bright spotlights onto the mountain where Billy was last seen. They used bullhorn to call his name, and hundreds searched the forest area on the mountain, but nothing was found. The parents stated Billy was a really good boy and he would never walk off and not come home. They stated Billy never wandered around and this was a new event happening. The morning after the first night Billy was missing, searchers started their search again. At 1 p.m. around 5 blocks from Billy's home in a thick wooded area with deep leaves, searchers saw something red lying in the trees. The searchers walked to the red object and saw Billy lying on the ground sleeping. The searcher screamed for assistance, which woke Billy up. The searcher offered to carry the boy, but Kate said he'd rather walk. The area that Billy was found was wet, but Billy's boots were dry and clean. The police stated at the time Billy was found, he wasn't hungry, seemed in a very good spirit, and his clothes wasn't dirty. When Billy was asked what happened to him during the night, he stated he followed the neighbor's dog to the woods, but he wasn't saying anything after that. When another authority was investigating Billy later, the boy saw the authorities lie there and stated he was playing with one similar to that on the night he was missing. When the authority asked him where he was playing with it, the boy stated at the house where he slept. Billy didn't say anything else about where he spent the night and stopped making statements after that.